Okay, so possibly in Pussy Kitty, the musical, the main character, which I don't have a name for right now, but has a woman interest, and they remember Pussy Kitty is all about this entertainer that's trying to make his cat famous on YouTube. It's a musical. And I just did one of the songs. So Linda came up with an idea where we're trying to come up with songs and things like that for musicals, because the guy's probably a writer and he probably writes for theater and things like that. So he's a writer for the theater, but he's also trying to make his cat famous. But so she comes up with this idea of songs. So here's how the song kind of goes. It's them coming up with names. So your idea was springtime, the new babies arrive.
Correct.
Okay, so you started off with, in spring your new baby will arrive. And A is for
Amy, and B is for
Brad. C is for
Casey. D is for
Drad. And E is for
Ella. F is for
Frank. G is for
George.
it's gonna be, yours has to be female.
George.
Okay.
H is for
Henry. And I is for
Ignorance. J is for
Jack. K is for
Kangaroo. L is for
Larry. And M is for
Megan. N is for
Ned. And O is for
Octopus. P is for
Paul. Q is for
Quince. R is for
Randy. S is for
Stacy. T is for
Tom. U is for
Eunice. V
Eunice.
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 Eunice. V
No, that's a
is
city.
for
Eunice.
Eunice. No, we're talking
Okay,
about
okay, it's fine, it's fine.
We're talking about the president.
Ulysses.
Ulysses. Okay. U is and then V is for
Vicky. Sorry. Victor. Victor. W is for
Washington. X is for
Zeno. Y is for
Yanni.
and Z is for Zach.
And
Okay,
Zero.
so that's kind of the idea. Anyway, good. Here, give me a 5. Okay, good job. Where's Kitty? Yeah, Ulysses. Ulysses.
So I'm trying to get George in there, Washington, Ulysses, Lee Grant. L should be.
Where is he hiding?
I don't know. Put our names in there. Put our names in there. Ulysses Lee Grant. Frederick. So let's try to do a president thing.
There he is. He's over here by the water. And you know what? We forgot to say.
Edmund is for
E is for Edmund.
Yeah, no.
E is for.
Edmund.
But you're doing women's names. So she does the woman's names, I do the boys' names.
No, we're just focused.
Just doing names. Okay.
First it was girls and then guys, and now we're just doing both. I think we should.
The song could be called Just Doing Names.
A is for Abraham. Abraham Lincoln.
Right, I see.
What's his middle initial?
Oh man, I should know this. Let's just skip that part, but Abraham.
And then C, so we can do Abraham Lincoln, we can do Ulysses Grant, we can do George Bush.
Use
B is for Bush. So this could be a president
I like
thing.
Brad.
Let's do Bush. This could be a president.
We can make some presidents and some normal
No,
names.
when we're in the car, I can look at all the presidents' names,
We
look at their initials. This could be a president thing.
We can make some normal names and some presidents. It's not gonna be that bad, Brad.
Lee Kipper!
We'll never escape. Dun 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 dun.
No, I think Princess would be good.
Unless Pussy Kitty frees us. Unless Pussy Kitty frees us.
Actually, I think
Unless Pussy Kitty frees us.
So we learn about presidents in the car.
Pussy Kitty frees us. Free us. Pussy Kitty free us.
No.
Be cute.
Cut.
Okay, a second part of the song is she decides to use only presidents' names. A is for Adam. B is for Bush. C is for Clinton. D is for Dwight. E is for Eisenhower.
F is for Franklin.
F is for
G
Franklin.
is for George.
G is for George.
G is for George. H is for Hoover.
H is for Hoover.
I is for... J is for Jackson.
Just skip the word. J is for Jackson.
K is for Kennedy.
K is for Kennedy.
L is for Lyndon.
Lyndon.
M is for Madison.
Madison.
N is for...
Nancy. It's a first lady. Nixon.
Nixon.
M is for
Madison.
Madison.
N is for Nixon. O. 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 There's not a president that starts with an O. P is for
Patrick.
Pennsylvania.
Go for the state. Q is for Quincy.
R is for Roosevelt.
Reagan.
Oh. S is for
Sam.
Stephen. Samuel L. Jackson.
T is for Thomas.
No, Teddy Roosevelt.
As in Thomas Jefferson wasn't a president, but he is on a bill.
T. U is for
He was an inventor.
W is for Washington.
Ulysses is you. Ulysses. Say it with me. Ulysses. There you go.
And then X is for... Somebody had to have a middle name.
Ex-president.
Y is for... we gotta look at the presidents.
Y is for yellow. And Z is for generation. Generation of pussy kitty. 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 Pussy kitty for president of all cats. All right, so for today's Please Subscribe show, Linda and I are working on a song for a musical that I have in my mind called Pussy Kitty. The idea is about a writer who's trying to make it big on YouTube. It's really about YouTube, but he's trying to become famous on YouTube, and he decides to employ his cat as a subject, mostly in videography. But his woman friend comes over, and they start coming up with songs and stuff, and he's also kind of writing a musical. So he writes for theater and for Broadway. He's like a playwright. Now, we got that out of the way. Don't worry about the names of the characters yet. But the song that they're working on now is called Presidential Terms. So it's A through Z. They sing it. And they're just kind of doing like a warm-up, like an acting warm-up or like a writing warm-up or just an idea. And she's like, let's do a song about names, A through Z. He's like, okay, presidential terms. A is for Adams. B is for Bush. C is for Clinton. D is for Dwight. E is for Eisenhower. And they're kind of coming up with it as they go. F is for Franklin. G is for George. H is for Henry. I is for inauguration. J is for John. K is for Kennedy. L is for... And we'll take you there today on the walk. So we're going to go from A to Z and be able to sing it on our walk today. And Linda's writing it down right now. All right, so since the last shift, 172,534 miles, 73 degrees Fahrenheit, jumping up March 21, 2023, 3:38 p.m. And you guessed it, she's back again, the one and only. There she is, Linda.
Isn't today the official day of spring?
Officially, it is spring.
Is it today?
Yes, and we're singing a song today called Presidential Terms at the park. We're going walking for, I don't know, a few minutes. We're going to sing a song as we do it. And this is a time in the Pussy Kitty musical, if you know about Pussy Kitty, the musical I'm writing too. This is mostly just throwing out ideas where the writer, like for Broadway, is trying to make his cat famous on YouTube. And he meets this lady who's also a writer. And she comes up with a great idea to come up with a song about presidents, letters A through Z. And we're going to walk around in the park under the sunshine and expel and present that beautiful song out into the air and unto you. So join us today for the Please Subscribe Show special, writing the song Presidential Terms. And this is the piece of paper that I gave to Linda to make some notes. She wrote Adams and Bush, Clinton, and Dwight. She's misspelled Dwight, but that's okay. Eisenhower.
I didn't misspell Dwight.
Well, it's one way to spell it, right?
No, that's how you spell it.
Franklin, George, Hoover. She got Hoover right. Inauguration.
I did Dwight right.
You did it right. I was joking.
Eisenhower.
Johnson, Kennedy, Lyndon, Madison, and then she put Adams/Abraham. So, you know, the second part of the, you know, song, you could say Abraham. And here's some more presidential terms. Nixon's on there. Obama made it. Polk, Pierce, Quincy, Roosevelt, Reagan, Theodore, and Trump. Trump made it. Look at there.
I know.
Maybe Trump's watching today. Maybe they give him some good news. Made the song Trump on the second part of the song. Theodore and Trump made it. Van W. Wilson.
Ulysses.
Ulysses. Yeah, it's one word I was trying to get Linda on is Ulysses, like Ulysses S. Grant. We got Wilson, and then X for ex-president, because we don't have a president with the name X yet.
I think Y is Taylor in his
We might have to review that middle names and stuff. Zachary.
Which is Zachary Taylor.
Zachary Taylor. And we'll be singing this song, which is called Presidential Terms, in the park today. Join us. There you go, Snickles. Linda's nickname is called Snickles, so she's also known as Snickles. Don't ask me where I get these nicknames from. My first wife's nickname was Schmidl. Do not know where I got it from. And I think occasionally I call my second wife Snookers. But
I
Linda...
misspelled Franklin. I put a C in there.
It's okay, as long as we sing it. And they're not going to see the script, really. At least they watch my channel. And like I said, Linda, she earned the name of Snickles. I do not know where these names come from. Do not ask me. They come from some weird area. Like a radio going off in my head. I know we've had actors as presidents, but this character is a playwright. and he dreams of also being a president. So we're gonna get his character name later once I put it to paper. Right now it's only just orally, you know, me talking about a vocal. We're gonna Oral-B. She's talking about Oral-B toothbrush.
Oral-B toothbrush.
Oral-B toothbrush. I'm gonna cut off here. Nanu. No, I'm talking about Kamala Harris. Personally, she's our first lady. I mean, I'm sorry, she's not our first lady, sorry. She's our first vice president. She's a vice president. But I think she's the prettiest vice president that we've ever had, for sure. She's number one, like when it comes to pretty. And she's the first woman.
Bye, y'all.
Okay, I'm just being kind. But I think Kamala Harris is the prettiest vice president that we have. As when it comes to vice president.
What's she doing? Sitting around
way prettier
making money?
Than that.
Pretty don't make the talk. Ugly people get...
I sure do, for the presidential terms. And we are in our little area for Whole Foods. And we're gonna go behind there's a trail, so right across the river or right along the river of the Trinity. We're gonna walk along that and sing the presidential terms. So here's how the opening will be if you'll just listen. Okay, here we go. Springtime is good time for any president. And now it's time to sing our presidential terms. Because every name has a term. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. That's Ferris Bueller. All right, this one says inspire. This one says celebrate. This one says dream. This one says connect. And that one's a good one, relax. That's how it all begins. So we relax, then we connect. Gotta keep that dreaming going on. And you want to celebrate. And that'll help you inspire, which we're about to do. She's got the script, let's go, come on. Springtime is a good time for a president. Springtime is a good time for a president. Springtime is a good time for a president. And to sing our song about presidential terms. And to sing our song about presidential terms. Get away from the speaker. It's full of copyright. Springtime is a good time. It's a good time for president. Springtime is a good time. It's a good time for president. And it's a good time. It's a good time. Shh. It's a good time for our song. Springtime is a good time. Is a good time for president. Springtime is a good time for president. And A is for Adams. And B is for
Bush. C
is for Clinton. And D is for
Dwight. E
is for Eisenhower. F is for
Franklin. G
is for George.
is
for
for I
is for inauguration. And J is for
Jackson. K
is for Kennedy. L is for
London. K M
M.
M
M. M is for what?
Madison.
M is for Madison. And N is for
Nixon. O is for
O is for Obama. And P is for
Polk or Pierce. Q is
it's for Quincy. And R is for
Roosevelt and Reagan. S is for
Sam. And T is for
Theodore and Trump. U is for
Ulysses. And V is for
Vaughn. W is for
Washington.
or Wilson. X is for
X is for ex-president.
presidents. Y
is for Yellowstone. Because after all, it's a presidential term.
Yosemite.
Yosemite.
Yeah, Yosemite.
And Z
Is for
Zachary. And for the Z generation, we did it. We gave you our presidential terms. We sang it for you on this day of spring. Our presidential terms. Presidential terms. 1, 2, 3. Pussy kitty, pussy kitty, pussy kitty, pussy kitty, pussy kitty, pussy kitty. Pussy kitty will rule the nation. Pussy kitty, Adams, Bush, White, Eisenhower, Franklin, George Hoover, inauguration, Johnson, Kennedy,
Nixon,
Obama, Polk, Pierce, Quincy, result, Reagan, Theodore, Trump, Ulysses, Van, Wilson, ex-president, Zachary, 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 Zachary. And that's our presidential terms. Brought to you by Whole Foods. All right, that was our first time singing presidential terms. Little ditty and a musical I'm writing called Pussy Kitty. Hope you enjoyed it. It's about a playwright who tries to make his cat famous on YouTube and meets a lady that helps him write what becomes a musical. And that is the Trinity. It's rippling waves. The Trinity River in good old Fort Worth, Texas. We're going on a walk today, and our next step is to bring food to your and everyone else's who wants it doorstep. Ready? Let's go ahead and see. It's called Food for Doorstep. Okay? Food for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep.
right now.
Food for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep now. Food for your doorstep.
It's
Food
gonna be yummy.
Food.
You enjoy it.
For your doorstep.
To your doorstep. Make
Food.
sure it goes in your tummy.
Food.
Make sure you brush your teeth afterwards. Make
Food
sure
for your doorstep.
Share with the loved one.
Food for your doorstep. 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 Food for your doorstep.
To the
Step.
door.
Step. 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 Food for your doorstep. Step, food for your doorstep. Step,
for your doorstep.
step for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep. Food, food, food for your doorstep. Food, food, food for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep. Food for your doorstep. Food and food. Kickboxing, kickboxing. Left and jump. Food, food, food for your doorstep.